This girl just threw her baby in the trash. This is probably one of the most despicable things you could possibly do as a human being. Basically, the story goes that she got pregnant at age 19 and she didn't want to tell her mom. In fact, she went so far to avoid responsibility that she actually went to the hospital and told them that she had back pain. Now, despite her not actually telling the hospital what was going on, they did some tests on her and concluded that she was pregnant. It was then that she decided to go to the bathroom and lock herself there for 20 minutes, in which she gave birth and actually threw her baby in the trash. Apparently she did this to hide the baby, but then she put some other stuff on top of it, removing the oxygen supply of the baby, thus killing it.
Police in Artesia, New Mexico released this body cam of the suspect, 19-year-old Alexi Trevizo, being confronted about the child's body being found.
We discovered a dead baby in the bathroom.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry. I came out and I didn't know what to do.
Lexi, I told you about this. I just asked you, baby, to tell me the truth.
Scared. It was not crying or nothing.
Authorities say Trevizo denied being pregnant when she arrived at the emergency room with back pain. But medical staff determined she was pregnant.
Okay, so you can see in the clip that the mom is equally surprised. She's just got the news of her life. She just found out that her daughter was pregnant with a full-term baby who she actually gave birth to in the bathroom and threw it in the trash and killed, meaning her granddaughter is dead. Not to mention, she also just found out that her daughter is going to jail and is an absolute heartless psychopath.
They say she went to the bathroom for 20 minutes and wouldn't open the door. When she finally emerged, staff claimed the bathroom was covered in blood. A custodian was called in to clean it up and discovered the body while taking out the trash.
So when I picked it up, I realized that it was like a little heavier than it would be with just toilet paper and a trash bag in it.
Trevizo's mother seemed to be shocked by the whole thing.
Like, how big is the baby?
It's full term.
What? 9 months?
Nothing was crying.
Lexi, have you watched the news of the girls that what they do to their babies and what they go to jail?
I absolutely cannot imagine being the mom in this situation, finding out all of this stuff at once. This must be absolutely heartbreaking. So clearly what happened is that the 19-year-old girl was super frightened and she didn't want anyone to know that she was doing the deed and actually got pregnant at such a young age. In fact, she went as far as to eliminate the baby, pretending it was actually nothing. Now the problem is, it's not really debatable considering the baby was breathing and this was after birth, right? A fully functional baby. Now, I don't really know how much pressure she was actually facing, right? How her mom was going to react. Maybe she'd get really mad at her, right? But absolutely nothing justifies throwing your baby in the trash. Now, the problem is, I've seen some absolute brain-dead morons on Reddit and Twitter defending this. Basically, their line of reasoning is, what do you expect her to do? She's gonna get scolded by her mom. And my response to that is, yes, you fucking idiot. How are people this brain-dead on the internet? I will never understand to this day. You cannot just end a full-term baby after it was born just because you were scared. Now, the problem is, people are treating this girl like she has no idea what's going on. Oh, she's also probably a toddler, like a little innocent girl, 5-year-old probably, doesn't know what she's doing. No, she's 19. She has absolutely no excuse for any of this. This is just plain outright evil. She's literally in a hospital. If she doesn't want it, she can just give it away. In most places, you can literally just give up a baby to a hospital or a fire department, and they'll just take it, no questions asked.
An autopsy performed on the baby boy determined he was breathing before he was put in a trash bag and deprived of oxygen, which caused his death, according to the report.
So another line of reasoning people are using is that she didn't know it was alive, which is completely brain dead. She obviously knows it's alive. She can hear it breathing. In fact, I have no doubt that she knew it was fully functional. She just didn't want to take accountability for her actions and just threw it in the trash. Now, usually I really try to avoid making videos like these because despite the situation being absolutely common sense, like who's in the right and who's in the wrong here, somehow this is still controversial. And you can be like these individuals on Reddit somehow defending this person because your brain is so fucking tiny, you can't comprehend any semblance of logic, but you cannot tell me in good faith that a 19-year-old does not know what's going on. You can say that it's pressure from the mom or it's pressure from society. Oh, only if society was more accepting to teen moms, this would never happen. She threw an innocent, defenseless baby in the trash and you were defending her. You psychopath. Regardless of the amount of pressure she was facing, you have to have brain worms to think that this is a logical thing to do. And it's not like a difference in opinion or a different way to view the situation, it's just you're wrong. In fact, the law also saw it that way, and she is going to go to jail for murder. So you can flip and cry about it. So obviously the police were called to interview some people and understand what was going on. So here's a conversation between the cops and somebody acting as a mediator between the doctors and the cop.
So they started working her up. We did a pregnancy test on her, showed positive. She was a 9, that she had sex. Then she said she had to go to the bathroom. She went to the bathroom. She was in there for quite a while. We kept knocking on the door. Finally, we got her to open the door, and there was blood everywhere. She was cleaning it up. Okay. So we took her back to the room, and I was afraid that she knew she was pregnant. She had done something to herself. Mm-hmm. So the doctor started doing an exam on her. We had the lady come to clean the bathroom. She put the baby in the trash can, and then she put another clean liner over the top of it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So when they looked in there, there was no trash in there, but it was underneath the clean bag. The baby's dead. Okay, we have him in trauma too, but she killed the kid.
It's just downright disgusting. This is clearly someone acting on their darkest impulses. You cannot blame society for this. I've always said one of the hardest things for a person to do is to take accountability for their actions, and they will go to any length to avoid this. They will lose sight of what's actually right, or if I'm actually doing something that's morally justifiable. And that's kind of what people who are defending this girl are doing too, because they think it's just an innocent 19-year-old who happened to get pregnant randomly, right? She probably slipped and fell. And when time actually came to face the consequences of your actions and tell your mom that, hey, I got pregnant at 19, I'm sorry, but you know, this is what it is. You can say you really hated that and you didn't want to get scolded by her or whatever, but nothing will justify throwing it in the trash and killing it. Also, can we just talk about the person who found the dead baby? Can you imagine how traumatized they are just seeing like a pool of blood? I'd probably just stop working there knowing that these dark people are out here who are willing to commit such like heinous actions.
Yeah, how old was the baby?
I don't know, it's full term. She just had it, in the bathroom was what happened. And then whatever she did, I don't know, she's gonna lie. She wouldn't tell us she's pregnant. She's been lying the whole time. Okay. So that's what's going on.
Alexi Trevizo is charged with first-degree murder, intentional abuse of a child resulting in death, and tampering with evidence. Her attorney told a local news station that he has serious problems with the charge of first-degree murder, and he will tenaciously defend his client against it.
This is simply justice being enacted. She killed a child and is paying the time for it. Treating a 19-year-old like a 10-year-old just doesn't make any sense to me, like they don't know what they're doing. I mean, they knew enough to get pregnant, and they knew enough to lock themselves in the bathroom and throw it in the trash. It's just disgusting because she didn't even give a chance for anyone to save it. She, like, forcefully killed us by locking herself in that room. And if you think this is actually controversial, I am afraid I have to diagnose you with actual brain rot. Click this video or I jump in the trash and stay there because I don't want to leave.